welcome to my first lesson in the series of lessons to come. So, before we get started, what I want to do is to sort of give you like a description of me, so you can get to know me really. My name's Toby, I am a grade 8 drummer. I've been playing for over 10ish years and I'm also doing a degree in ACM Guildford, so that's a bit about me. But really, what I want to sort of discuss about before we get into it is sort of, so these videos, what I decided to do is instead of playing like a cover of a song which you may love, like, I don't know, Oasis maybe, or that, or Foo Fighters, etc. What I decided was I wanted you to learn one of my own compositions, so one of my own songs. Because what I feel like if you learn from this, you can also hopefully learn to make your own songs, because what I'll do is I'll sort of give you step by step of how I made this song, which is called Devil's Game, and sort of explain how you can sort of get to the final outcome really in your own songwriting craft. So if you also at the end of this lesson would like to listen to the song, I have a Spotify link at the bottom and in the description, where you can sort of have a listen and tell me what you think. So anyway, I will first of all want to give you a demo of this song, so you can sort of get an understanding what you will seem to expect in this lesson. So here we go. That is essentially the taster demo of what you might expect to see in the further lessons. So what I want to essentially go over now over with you is essentially how we wrote this song. So this song was written as a band composition, as you can probably gather, and what we did was we sort of essentially were noodling, sort of practicing around, and what happened in this lesson was my bassist and guitarist and singer came up with sort of this bass line and guitar piece. So what I'll do is I'll sort of play it for you so you can get an understanding of what it sounded like and how we came to it. So first of all, I would like to just show you the bass line of where it all really began, really. So here we go. So essentially what happened was we were in a sort of rehearsal room and we started rehearsing that bass line, and it just sort of happened. We were just jamming, which in another word means just playing really in a place. And what happened was our singer, who is the essential bassist in the band, came up with this bass line. And so because we like to make our songs a bit unique and a bit different to normal songs, so one song might have one genre or two perhaps, and then that's it. We like to mix up and make it sound interesting. So in this song, my guitarist decided to add a bit of Latin into it. So if you're going to have a listen here, I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. So what he sort of did was, because at the beginning in this song we have me hitting on the snare and the low tom, bass drum, hi-hat, etc., which I'll be explaining in a few minutes. And what happened was essentially we just thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we had a Latin, sort of a unique, weird sound to it, which you'll start to see in some later videos down the line of how we do try and make our songs sound different. And essentially what happened is we just sort of thought of that idea with it, and then the rest of the song really was just an experimentation. So the grunge bit in the chorus, as you heard, sort of was a hint to Foo Fighters, really, like how they play, a bit heavy, a bit fast paced, and a lot of it really was just sort of hours and minutes just sort of playing and getting a sort of understanding of really what our song wants to be. So that's how we really got to the final outcome. But what I want to really do now is, in this lesson for now, I want to go over sort of the intro drum groove and sort of explain on how I did it. So here we go, I will just start teaching it now to you. Woo, let's do this. So, what we have is, in the intro, I will just give you a reminder, as the demo was quite busy, is sort of explain how I played it. So let's just do this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for this particular sort of intro, as you could hear with the description of the stabs in the explanation about my guitarist, we sort of had a bass line as well going dun, dun, which essentially meant I decided to stab it. So we tried to keep it simple. So what I will explain is how I did it. So playing this, what we have is, so we have the floor tom, bass drum, snare and hi-hat, both on the one, so, and then following that initial hit, we will have the bass drum and the hi-hat playing crotchet notes or quarter notes till the open hi-hat on the 4th beat. So it'll be, and then on the second variation of this, because we'll repeat it 3 times, what we do is we'll have a sort of little fill-in, which will be the sort of 3 out 4 and. So if we play that together, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, when we do that, what we do is we do it one more time with the original hit, without the hi-hat on the 4th beat. And then what we do is, after that, we will be going into a sort of crotchet stab note, so into a fill joined by 2 crashes, so 1. Okay, and with this fill idea, essentially, it was all really, when I came to it, I didn't really have a distinctive drum fill coming in, so I sort of just experimented with it. But what I would advise if you are playing this at home is make sure you do focus on what you play, so nothing like anything mental, I don't know, just things that don't feel in the pocket, don't feel sort of fitting. So you sort of have to make it flow in. That's how an intro drum fill really works very well. So it'd be like, smooth, it works fine. And essentially, that is really the intro done, to be fair. So what I would like to say is, if you would like to, again, listen to it, there's a Spotify link below. But next lesson, what we will be going over is the verse and link section. So Thank you for everyone who has checked in my first lesson, and I shall see you next week. LHP out.